Hello guys, welcome to the Flamish experience, this time number 20. And we have to shift some things around because there has been some things happening this week. Like with my back, I will give you guys an update on that. And also, I cannot show my own gameplay anymore. Cannot show gameplay anymore from other YouTubers on YouTube. Because otherwise I can get banned from YouTube completely, and I don't want that to happen. Thanks to Klaus, that I know that. So I have to come up with something. I'll talk about that a little bit later. First, we got God's Geeks in the as a guest today. Sorry, hi God's Geek.
Hello, man. I appreciate the invite. This is my second one this weekend, so I'm getting all the experience I need.
Yeah, I
I
noticed.
appreciate you having me on, though.
I noticed you were on the show earlier this weekend, so you deserve, man. We're gonna be showing off the trails you made of the 3 trails you made a little bit later on in the show. And then something beautiful happened. I have to talk about this, guys. So last week I had animated Evil on the show, and I always was looking for someone that could help me in my train of thought, being more random, having some awesome questions. And he basically answered the call. He is now an official panel member of my Court of Dragons. So welcome to the show, Animated Evil, one of many, I hope.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Flamish. It's an absolute bloody pleasure to have God's Geeks on. Welcome, sir.
I appreciate it.
Do you know what? It's nice. We'll be fine. Hopefully, we can have a real good talk today, the three of us. Let's go.
So first of all, Marion, thank you for coming. And first of all, no, I don't have a strike yet, but basically because I'm a very small YouTube channel, I have not even 200 followers. I'm not even like affiliated with YouTube, that I can start making something of my channel with like over 1,000 followers. Then basically, we're gonna change that. That's what he always says. I'm not really in it for the views and stuff, but basically they can delete your channel with even one strike with that if you copy if you just take some clips from YouTube from other content creators. So that's not going to happen with me, and I don't want that to happen. I'll probably have to private all my videos that I did before to make sure that it doesn't happen. But I'm discussing that with clowns. First of all, what have you been playing, guys? Tell me.
Well, I actually just got off Valhalla. I've been playing Valhalla and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, of course, because got to get my shooters in. And I've been bouncing around after that, but mainly Valhalla. Just all Valhalla lately. I'm pretty addicted to that game. I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed Origins, and this game seems to be it may even be better than Origins to me. I don't know. Right now, I don't know. It's up in the air. The story seems kind of crazy. I just stole some dude's girl. I'm not going to say who because it's spoilers, but it gets kind of weird. I didn't mean to steal his girl. I was just trying to be polite, and the next thing I know, we're, playing patty cake. So whatever.
Is the way.
yeah. So. I'm enjoying the story in Valhalla a lot, and I'm loving it. So,
okay, I play in the man or the woman.
I'm the dude. I always play as a dude. It's a weird. I'm one of those people that likes to play as a dude, just so I know, like, I don't know. I feel like I can. What do you say? Like relate with the character more. Like I always feel like my character is an extension of myself. I want to be the person in the game. So I try to make him look like me and everything else. I mean, I couldn't really do that in this game because I couldn't make him a little chubbier. So, it is what it is.
Okay. And God's Greek, what have you been playing?
He just told you.
I mean Anime
Oh
Devil.
yeah,
Oh
sorry.
my god,
Forget my name
no,
already.
I'm already starting.
My first show, and you've forgotten my name. Cheers, thank you. Yeah, brilliant.
No,
It's
man,
nice to
sorry.
be here. Yeah.
It's it's
Um,
it's one of my traits, I have to say. I always mix up people's names. You have to ask
that's fine,
clowns
mate.
that. It's amazing how I do it.
That's fine, dude. It's fine. Do you know what? I've really been enjoying Watch Dogs. I haven't got Valhalla myself, so I really want to buy it, but I've been trying to hold off at the same time because I've not adopted the new generation of Xbox yet. So I'm still on the old Xbox. I'm hoping to rectify that in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
So let's see if I can get one over the Christmas period, and then I'll probably jump in on Valhalla then. So the best I've got, the closest I've got to Valhalla is watching Vikings again on Amazon.
Yeah. I'm kind of sort of where you are because I own Watch Dogs Legion, but I don't want to jump into it until I beat Valhalla. I'm like the weird because they are
Yeah.
the games are similar even though they're very
Yeah.
different settings. I mean, it's a Ubisoft game, so I'm
Yeah.
trying to beat Valhalla before I jump into Legion. So
Yeah, so I'm playing Watch Dogs Legion at the minute, but I'm bloody. It's really good. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Lucky to have not have the save issues everyone else has had. So
yeah,
every time I play it, it saves. I'm very lucky in that respect. I don't know whether that's because I'm on old gen and it's just the save file might be smaller or something, but that's that. Yeah, that I've been just playing the hell out of that.
Okay. Yeah, for me it's are you done? Sorry. Oh my god.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Sorry, guys. I'm in a lot of pain these days, so I'm taking some medication, and probably that's why my brain's a little bit fucked up. But no. So I've been playing a lot of different games, of course, because that's how I am. I play like 10 different games at the same time. I played a little bit of Valhalla until after the tutorial mission, basically, where you are in England, where you start off. That's all I'm going to say. And yeah, for the rest, I've been playing a little bit of Watch Dogs. I've been playing some the new one. This game that you're now watching, Youngblood, from Wolfenstein, with Clowns, actually. So Clowns is playing with me co-op this game. We played, I think, an hour and a half of that yesterday. And yeah, also I need to a little bit, because otherwise I have not enough gameplay to show on the stream, right? Because of these new things that are going on with YouTube and new TOS. Which is interesting. But first, let's talk a little bit about you, Godspeed. So, how long ago did you start your channel exactly?
It's about I'd say it was March of 2019, so a little over a year and a half, I guess, ago, and yeah, I mean, I really didn't even see serious growth until probably March of this past year, 2020. So, you know, the 2020 feels like it's been 20 years long, but I mean, that feels like a long time ago. But it's yeah, I've been about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half.
Okay. And is it because of the growth, because you met a lot of the community members that were around, or is it more like because of the channel itself that you made good content, like the trails and stuff that you make, other stuff maybe?
Yeah, I had one video kind of breaking loose in March. It was the 3 reasons to buy the Xbox Series X over the PS5 on launch day. And I didn't expect it, you know, because I was just trying to be more consistent with content. I kind of started back in December 2019. I tried to be more consistent with what I was making. And honestly, that video, I just, I was like, hey, this is an idea for a video. And I threw it out there. It was like 9 minutes and something long. Like I wasn't even going for the 10-minute thing. Didn't expect it to be huge or nothing. I was just like, this is, you know, something I could talk about for 9 minutes. So I threw it out there, and for some reason, YouTube just ran with it and shared it everywhere, and it got tons of likes and tons of views. I got like 15,000 views in a week or so, and that one video netted me probably 600 subs, something like that. So I that video is what kind of broke me free, and then like I just kept doing more Xbox stuff, and just kept talking about Xbox, and the growth just kept coming. It just kept happening. Like with every video, it was like 100 subs, another 100 subs, another 100 subs, and somehow it just kept going. I just found this Xbox wave and rode it right on to the Xbox Series X launch, which now I have sub count has like completely died in the last 3 weeks. So it is what it is. But
Well, do you want to say something?
No, I was just going to pop in and say you definitely deserve the follows and stuff, because the content you create is, really, really good. I enjoy it myself.
I appreciate it, man.
It's fine, yeah. So I'm a bit of a fan, so I'm not going to fanboy out or anything.
Don't do that.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all. But yeah, I think you deserve it. And the fact that you had a video played across the globe for people, but we'll discuss that in a later topic, I think, won't we? Flamish?
Yeah, it's not really topic based, this channel, but I guess I have to be a little bit more topic based now because of the restrictions.
You don't need to. You don't need to. But what I'm saying is, we'll get to that. We'll discuss that, won't we?
It's so different now. Holy damn. Yeah, so basically, normally I do other stuff on my channel and stuff, but because of the TOS change, that I cannot show other people's gameplay anymore, which is also a little bit stealing, I would say. But I was like, yeah, I'm in a small channel, I can do it for now until I have a great setup that I can actually record all my gameplay, which I'm doing now over Twitch. Is a good extension of my recording stuff. But yeah, no, so how did you came up with the first trailer? How did you start doing that stuff?
Well, I actually had that idea for Rebirth like back in May. Like, I've been really hyped for Xbox, anyways. Like, Xbox has always been where my passion is with gaming. Like, I've always preferred the Xbox ecosystem, and I just with the Xbox One was the era. I mean, up until like the last year or two, it was just not good. It was a bad time, the dark era, as Mav from Fun Speculation likes to call it. And it really was, and it was like, man, I really all those years I was just missing the original Xbox days, like with Fable and Halo 2 and 360 with Halo 3 and Gears, and they were just great times, and I missed it so bad. And I just had this idea, like when we first started hearing about Xbox, the Series X, or before we even knew it was the Series X, like I just had a feeling that Xbox was going to bounce back. And I knew, like, I had this word just pop in my head one day while I was at work listening to music or whatever. It was like Rebirth. And I thought, I was like, I'm going to make a trailer out of this for the Xbox. And that was back in May. But I wanted gameplay and more stuff announced before I made the trailer. So I was waiting. And when I finally did, I saw, before I even put the trailer out, man, there was a bunch of people who had started making trailers. So I saw like Game On Daily made a couple, and they were really good. And then there was like a few other people I saw making fan-made trailers. I was like, crap, they're beating me to the idea. I got to go ahead and get mine done. And then I got on it, fought a crashing computer to make that trailer, and finally got it done. And then when it did, I threw it out there. Didn't expect it to do anything amazing. I was hoping for at least 1,000, 2,000 views, maybe. It was like, if it gets this, it's worth it. And threw it out there. Aaron Greenberg saw it, and he shared it, and then it just like skyrocketed to 25,000 views in like a few hours. I mean, I put like maybe like 15 hours or something like that. And then as soon as that was over, it was done. Like, because YouTube doesn't push like smaller videos like that very, very hard. So all of the views on that video came from him sharing it on Twitter and people sharing it on Twitter. So like, that video, it's funny because it's not even my favorite out of the three, to be honest. But it was my first idea, and I don't know, I put a lot more thought into that one, I think, than the other two, because I had months to think about it.
I do have a little question, to be fair. When you see, before you release these epic videos that you made, did you see a video and think, I can do better than that?
No, yeah, I mean, because when I saw Game On Daily's trailer, and I liked it, but it was I think I didn't say like I could do better than that, but I was like I knew my idea was different than that. Like I wanted, I think theirs was more like this mix between like maybe a hip hop song or whatever it is, like a song and a little bit of epicness to it. Where I was like, I was the Lord of the Rings nerd growing up, so I'm all about that epic music, like for the movies and stuff. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was like, I want to make a trailer with this, like with maybe a little bit of voiceover. And of course, in my head, like the voiceover I was hearing was Master Chief's voice or something, when I was thinking of this video and how I was going to do it. But when it came down to it, I didn't have a voice actor. So I was just like, whatever I do, I'm going to have to do it myself. And I'm going to have to tweak the crap out of it in like, Mixcraft 7 or somewhere I can, do like music editing. I'm going to have to do that to my voice to just make it sound different and not so, what some would say that I have a higher voice for a man. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I got a tenor, I got that tenor voice. If you're a choir, you know anything about that, but that's. I didn't think I was gonna do better. I just thought I knew I was gonna do something different, and I thought just hoping, somebody would like it.
My internal monologue is always powered. I sound like Marcus Phoenix, but when you hear yourself back, you think, maybe not.
Yeah. Man, I can't even do a Marcus Phoenix voice. That's I'd have to like drink some of that, or like it's not it's the opposite of helium, whatever that other thing is that makes you get really really deep. I would have to do something like that. That dude's got a deep voice.
Yeah. So in my head, that's how I sound when I listen to myself. I'm thinking, no, not really. Yeah.
Like a 12-year-old kid flexing in the mirror, looking at, oh, I got huge muscles. Like, no, you don't. It's like same idea,
These days, it's more turn sideways and see how you look.
Oh yeah, I have
Make
to
sure my gut's not popping out too far. And
I have to say this, guys. So normally Lord Sovereign was gonna be on the show, but he could not. Like he sent me an hour ago a message that he could not be on the show because of personal reasons. So he's not here. He's gonna be on next week. Just saying. Which is a little bit of a shame, but hey, we still got. Damn it! Your name. Do you know what I always say about your name? It's so annoying, but I always say God's Greek. And I don't know why. It's a little
you
bit.
Just call me Cam. I'm fine with that.
K? Just K?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cameron, Cam. It don't matter. I get called all kinds of things. My wife has many names for me, so
Yeah, I
not all of them are safe for work, but
yeah, I got the same thing with my mother as well, which is weird. Okay, let's go back. So yeah, no. So this trailer came out, and you were thinking, is that immediately you were thinking about the second one, or were you riding on the high of this one that you saw the views and the attention it had?
I kind of like, I think I really focused on Aaron. Like I was like, even if I don't have I didn't care about the views so much as I was like, maybe he'll give me a job. So I was like, I was like, I'm going to make another one. And then I did make another one. And, the first one with the idea of rebirth and whatever, like it's, I wanted it to be, I don't know, I want to be something that everybody can relate to, not just Xbox. Like obviously rebirth, in the trailers, like about Xbox, but about other people also, like, you get knocked down, you get back up. And I did that kind of again in a different way with the second one with defeat. When talking about basically being defeated and then getting back up and just keep fighting because you don't lose until you quit. Like I tried to like yeah, it's about Xbox, yeah, it's about gaming, yeah, it's about Eivor and Assassin's Creed, but it's also can be about life and stuff. So I don't know. I actually, in my opinion, and I know I might make some of my friends mad who joined me in the last trailer, I really liked Defeat more than any of the other. Out of all three of them, I like Defeat the most. I just wish I had that Steve Downes Master Chief voice instead of my own, because I mean, I could make myself sound like Kylo Ren, which is what I did, but it's still not. It would have been so much cooler if I could have had like, the guy who voiced Eivor, or the guy who voices Master Chief, or whatever. And I was like, obviously that's not going to happen. So once again, I did my Kylo Ren voice.
Well, I can tell you this: if you need a voiceover, I can do many voices, and also Dreadpool.
I was gonna say, do you know a guy?
Dreadpool is also someone who can do some voices. He has a really good show voice. And also Crispy Bomb. Crispy Bomb has also this really raw voice. So there are a couple of casts you can have for that. But no, yeah. Out of all the three, I think this one's really good. I don't know which one I like the best. They all have their different flavor, I would say.
Yeah.
You can see the growth a little bit, like how you did your trails. Like there's something different about this one than there is about the first, and you just see the difference, like the growth of it. Yeah, I really like it.
I actually figured out a better way to edit it because like the way I did the first one was I actually had like 2 or 3 different video layers, and I had like a base video in the middle, and then I would put things on top of it. So instead of like just doing one row and just finally editing everything, I was like putting videos on top of it. It was easier to edit the transitions and everything like that because it was quick, snappy pop-ins and stuff like that. And with the second one, I was all one row on Movavi Video Suite, and I just like edited each little clip to match up instead of having them layered. So I did that to try and get away from my computer crashing because it kept crashing every time I tried to compile it because there was just so much going on. And I eventually found a way around it, but I don't know. I learned a little bit more every time I did one. And when I got to Extraordinary, I wanted to do something different. And not just because I had a dude in the comment section. He's like, man, these trailers are cool and all, but come on with that crappy voice. I was like, you got me. I was like, yeah. He's like, I mean, I knew it was cheesy. I was like, I'm the one that did it. It's like, nobody likes their own voice, But yeah, so that third one, I was like, I'm gonna call on these other people and let them do the voiceover, and it worked out, man. I mean, I'm happy with how they turned out, and like Husk was telling me yesterday, he's like, don't quit doing them. I'm like, I don't want to quit doing them, and I just don't want it to become my everyday thing. I don't want people to expect a new trailer every week. I want, I want that to be like a special thing I do every now and then. Hopefully Halo Infinite, when it starts to come out, I'll do another one for Halo Infinite. So that's the plan right now. I just want to keep doing my gaming content videos and then sprinkle the other stuff around,
Yeah. Okay. And when you look at the names, right? We have Dealer, we have Fugly, we have Fun Speculations, Hasalupa, Megorium. That's a guy I don't know, or
that's a girl. She was one of my first subs. Like I think I was one of her. I was like her 50th sub, and she was like my 40 something sub or whatever at the time. So I've known her for a long time. She actually did some of the graphic design for me. Like she put my logos in PNG format and stuff, so I could literally just take my logo and put it on anything I wanted to, pretty much. So she's awesome.
Okay, yeah, we should give her a follow probably. Give me your things, and I'll put it in the description as well because that's someone that I don't know, so I can share it out. But no, how was it to work with these people? Like, were there a few people that you known before, or were there actually like Dealer? How did you met Dealer?
I caught him in an alley with a gun and a mask, and I was like, "Yo, bro, I need you to do some voiceover." He had saw the first trailer. I think it was Rebirth. He saw that one. He shared it out, and I knew he had seen the first one, and he liked it enough to share it out. So I messaged him about this one, and I was just like, I DM'd him, and just ask him like, hey man, do you mind recording some voiceover for my next trailer, and it's going to come out November 5th and all this. And I think it took like a day or so for him to get back with me, but that's because I mean obviously the dude probably gets like 1,000 DMs a day. But Lupa, I was really looking for people who, one, I was looking for people who have supported me from the beginning, and then two, I was looking for people who were known in the community as being very supportive, and Assassin Lupa came to mind. And Fugly, of course, he came to mind, and then obviously Mav with Fun Speculation. I kind of like I don't even remember where that dude came from. I really don't. Like I don't even remember like how we got connected or whatever. But I don't know. I just kind of stuck with him for the last 6-8 months or so. I don't know, and just kind of brought everybody in. But yeah, I basically wrote a script, and I was like, look, can you guys just record this line for line? And I'll I was like, I'm not going to use every single line you record. I'm going to use 3 or 4 lines from everybody and just kind of put it together. And that's all they knew. They didn't know the music. They didn't know a whole lot. I mean, I think after a while, I let them hear half of one of the songs I was going to use, but they didn't know a whole lot. But I didn't know what to expect, man. I joked about it, but I really expected, like, you know, I don't know, maybe one person recording on their cell phone, and they were going to send me a recording with like dogs barking in the background or cats fighting or something. And you know, I didn't know what to expect, and all of them did really, really well. Like, I mean, yes, it was different. Some of them were at different volume levels, but they all recorded it very well. They were in a silent room. There wasn't a lot of background noise, no sirens, none of that kind of stuff. So they made it easy for me. Like, it was like, okay, this is possible now. I might be able to make this work. And yeah, I mean, it worked out in the end. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So, can I just jump in, Flemish?
Yeah, of course.
There's just something else. So, with video creation, of course, I don't know. I would not know where to start, and I'm sure that a lot of people would not know where to start. Is that something you've studied? Is that something you've done in the past before you've decided to do this, or have you just gone straight in and gone? This is what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go to college for anything. I didn't go to college at all, to be honest with you. I mean, I went for a semester and I flunked out because I was chasing a girl. But anyways, you know, skipping class doesn't really help your grades.
I'll say again, it happens all the time.
yeah. So just if anybody's out there watching, don't skip class for a significant other, because most likely that significant other will not be your significant other 10 years later,
and she'll be smarter than you because she actually went to college.
yeah, she did. But yeah, I didn't go to college for anything. I actually started editing videos on. I was probably 13 or 14 years old, and we would make movies at the house with my friends and family, and I would make them. Like, we'd just go record like some cheesy tale movie. It actually started out as like a skit kind of thing, like. And I grew up in this like little middle of nowhere thing that had town. I guess you call it town because it had a name, but it was between 2 other cities, and it's called Wilmar. So we would make these like videos like called Wilmar Comedy Crew, and it would just be like all me and my friends and family just doing stupid skits. And I'd take them together, take them in the house, put them on Windows Movie Maker on my dad's desktop, and I would edit it and make a video out of it. Or make a movie out of it, basically. I put title credits and music and everything else on it. So I kind of taught myself how to do it there. And then from there, like I made those right on up till I was probably 17 or 18 years old. And I didn't for a long time because it was kind of hard to get anybody to do them anymore. You know, I tried to do one a couple of years ago. I wrote a whole nother script for a whole nother movie. And I was going to go record it. And I was going to do this thing as high as quality as I possibly could just to show people that I could do it. And of course, it didn't work out. I couldn't get everybody together, and they just fell apart. So at that point, you know, I was like, okay, what am I going to do with this? You know, I know how to edit and stuff. You know, I love gaming, and I was like, I'm just going to put these things together and try and go for a YouTube channel. And that's basically where it came from. I no training or nothing. I just kind of fiddled with it.
Absolutely. that is absolutely fantastic. Just to know that, you know, you can actually do these things. And anybody can do it and be as good as yourself. It's good. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it just takes time. You know, you mess up, make mistakes, and you try to get better the next time.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm very much in the same vein as if you fail, you fail. Let's have another go.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. At least you tried. You know.
It's the same with Enemy Evil when he wanted to come on the show, like because I asked him to be on the show, right? We were playing some community game nights, and then I was like, I love the way he talked, just that, and I was like, hey, do you want to be on my show? And then he was so nervous because I've never done it before.
I was, yes. I'll admit, I'll be the first to admit it. This being my first official sort of.
Now your official.
As it were.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was really weird. I mean, this was completely random to me. If you don't mind my just telling you how I got here. I was just sat watching YouTube, and Fun Speculation was playing a game, and they lost a player. And I just messaged him. I said, "Oh, I'll come on if you want." And he went, "Yep, come on in."
Yeah.
And then it's just been a crazy couple of weeks. And the people I've met through people like Fun Speculation, and I got to give a big shout out to Flamish, Clowns, and obviously Mr. Tushy.
Yeah.
It's just the people you meet. It just brings you, and they're like, "Oh yeah, come on, you'll be fine."
Yeah, dude, the Xbox community, this community is the best. I mean, everybody kind of welcome. They help each other. They work together. They welcome you with open arms. Like, and I love
Yeah.
that stuff, man, because it's awesome. Like Mav and them. I've seen them do that with other people. Like on we were streaming. A kid jumped in with us, and we none of us knew this kid. So it was a little weird. It's like, how old is this kid? Like, I don't know. It was weird, but like that kind of stuff, like just welcoming people into the community, and that I honestly have not seen anything like that from any other fan base like PlayStation or Nintendo. Like I searched and I can't find it. So because
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this. This community is really, really cool.
It's also great because Mr. Tushi is actually always doing these community game nights. And
Yeah.
yesterday was another one, of course, because that's every Saturday, and there was 20 people in the
Yeah,
party at
I
one
saw that
time.
y'all had a whole game of like Halo, like 10v10 or something. That was crazy.
Yeah, and then afterwards we were playing some more Wreckfest because that's the game we all like. Everybody should get that game. It's such a blast to play. I wish I had some gameplay of that, but I haven't. But yeah, the game was so much fun to play, and we're actually gonna buy our own server to host some more games in there, so we can have more people in the server at one time. Because if we host ourselves, then we can only have like 8 people in there, and if we find the server online, then it's like 16. But we can basically decide what the game mode is gonna be and stuff. So Mr. Tush is looking into getting his own server for that, which is cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Can I just say that there's some special people in the chat. Fun Speculation, thank you very much. Crispy Bomb's been here from the beginning. Marion the Mad, thank you very much. And there's also a few others. Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony Boyd. Thanks for
Anthony
subscribing.
Boyd, thank you very much. I just want to say hello. Thank you for coming and basically.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice to have you here.
Yeah. So let's go a little bit more back, God's Greek. This is basically turning into an interview because I have no other choice at this moment. I'll probably have to re-see my content, how I'm going to do the stuff, because it's not really the Flamish show anymore. I feel it lost a little bit of identity because of the TOS change that I have to see how I'm going to do my stuff. But no, what's mostly like the games that you like to play? Is it more like RPG based or
if you're going genre, I would like I was telling Husk yesterday, like I think RPGs are my favorite genre. Yeah, I can't talk right now. But if you look at my hours played, you're probably going to see a lot more hours on shooters and stuff like Call of Duty and Battlefield and Halo and Titanfall. Like, so I mean, it's a weird thing. Like, I mean, shooters is like, I mean, obviously, like Call of Duty. Like I saw you guys playing earlier. It's a thing to get together with friends, and I really, every game to me is better in co-op or playing with my friends or whatever. And it doesn't matter what game it is. If a game offers like co-op or couch co-op, it could be Barbie's Horse Adventure or something. If it's got split screen in it and co-op, I'm gonna probably give it a try at least once.
Yes.
So I love like that couch co-op thing, man. And it's not just because I'm a 90s kid that grew up with playing games on the same couch or playing Halo LAN parties. It's not just because of that, but it's just there's something different about playing on the same couch with somebody and being able to talk trash to them, or being in the same room. Like I can see his screen. Like if we're playing a co-op story game or something and he needs help, I can see it before he even asks me, and I can go help him or something. And it's a really different experience, man. So co-op games, I will play any genre whatsoever, but if I had to play one thing for the rest of my life, I'm going to say RPGs.
Yeah. Okay. And for couch co-op, who is that you play games with then?
Which couch co-op? I play with my most of the time it's my brother, one of my brothers, one or the other. We do it. I usually sucker them into playing something split screen with me. It's actually my brother is like my. I have two brothers. I've got a brother that's 15, and I've got one that is 3 years behind me. We had the same birthday, 3 years apart. He's 26 now. So he wasn't always into games like I am. Like I'm really heavy into games. I love it. I love the art style, of the art form or whatever.
Yeah.
But split screen being a part of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 with Blackout, the Battle Royale mode, is what got him back into gamings. So, I mean, he came over one day. I let him try Blackout, this Battle Royale, explained it to him. He played it with me a little bit. We played some split screen together. The next thing you know, he's buying Black Ops 4 for his PS4, and he's playing Blackout all the time. And that continued into Warzone with Call of Duty. So, I love couch co-op. It kind of got my brother back into gaming. My younger brother is 15. He's hardcore into gaming too, but he's more into the NBA 2K21 stuff and occasionally Fortnite and Rogue Company, stuff like that his friends play. And I'm just like, why do you play that stuff for? Why don't you play Call of Duty? So I'm trying to drag him back into Call of Duty if I can. If he was ever, I think he was into Black Ops 3, I think, back in the day. But I got to get him into the new one.
Okay.
I did let my son fly around last night in Valhalla as the bird because he has a fascination with crows right now. So I was just like, here, fly around with this bird. And he did. He sat there and flew around with the Sunan and Valhalla for like, I don't know, probably 20, 30 minutes and completely occupied,
Wow. That must be a great moment for him, I guess. Like flying around everywhere. Did he do something special then? Or were you just
He tried to go down in the water, but he couldn't. He's only 2, and he knew what he was doing, like going up and around, and he's, he gets it. He was just fascinated to see the bird. As soon as I like hit the button to go back down to Eivor, he was like, "No, I don't want the people." I was like, "Okay, we'll go back to the bird."
Is that fascinating how small children actually pick up on this stuff so quickly now? Because I heard this more than once. Like, even to fun speculation, shout out to you. Your girl is like 5 or something, and how she picks up things, and I hear multiple times from you. It's like amazing how kids are getting so smart these days so quickly with all this stuff.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm not sure. How old are you, Flamish? Are you, if you don't mind me asking?
29 at this moment.
29.
He's 12. Don't listen to him. He's 12.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm 29 also. So we grew up with gaming. We grew up with it. We understand it. But these kids is like, I mean, I guess the stuff's already there for them. I guess, I don't know. So they pick it up, they fiddle with it for like 10 minutes and they figure it out. They're really, really fast.
Okay. By the way, I have to show this clip real quick. Sorry. I'm gonna put up the sound. This is a funny clip that happened during the show. Klaus was asking me something. Just listen to the clip.
Uh-oh.
What's this? Unidentified ammo. Okay, so Klaus and me were going after the rail.
Stealth, right? I guess. Unless you want to jump off
Okay.
the ledge.
And he was asking me to jump off the ledge, so I did.
So he said jump off the ledge.
Yeah, I said it. So yeah, I just did it without question. I'm like, okay, let's jump off. And I could, basically. I love that in games when it happens. Though,
Going back to playing with kids, though, obviously I'm a little older than the pair of you, so I've got some older children. Once I see my 12-year-old and even my 9-year-old play Fortnite, it's like, how are you doing that with the controller? I've been playing games since 1986, and I don't think I could keep up. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's my younger brother. He plays Fortnite, and like I don't like building, but I'll play it with him. And I'll turn around, and he's got a log cabin built. I mean, he's just back there, got a whole freaking log cabin. He's got a roller coaster behind him.
What have you just done with them fingers? What's going on?
It's like a blur. You can't even see their hands moving. And next thing you know, there's a whole building there. Like, what the heck, man?
I do want to say, I had something happen to me when I was younger. I was watching my brother play Diablo 2 because that was a game that I know from back in the day when I was 7 or 8 years old, right? And I never played Diablo yet, so I didn't know what the franchise was about. I just saw my brother play this one time. And I was watching there for 2 hours. I was so fascinated by the game. I was playing some Nintendo stuff, but we haven't played any PC games yet. And my brother was playing this game, and I'm like, can I try? And he's like, no. So what happened is he went to go to sleep later that evening, and I went to go to sleep. I wake up early because I couldn't sleep. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going behind this PC. I'm gonna try this game. So I launched the game and I played for over 2 hours. And he came in and he's like, are you playing this? And I said, yeah, I'm already level blah blah blah. And I was I was away with the game. And he was just like, cool. And he just let me play for a couple more hours. It was fun. Yeah,
I can actually see the chat now. Okay.
Yay.
As long as I don't get like robot sounding on your side, just let me know.
Yeah,
Usually when
it happened one time before, was over quickly, so it's okay, it's okay. But first of all, to the chat, guys. Oh, Stinking Corpse and Psychonauts are also here now. Hello, guys. So if you got questions, just ask, guys. You can always put something in the chat. You can put anything in the chat as long as it's not against TOS, of course. But yeah, if you got questions, just ask them, man. We're here for everyone, the community together. So maybe the guys in the chat can ask some stuff as well, like if they want to. If they want to know something about you, let us know. Oh yeah, and by the way, I found this beautiful sushi in game, and I was like, I'm gonna step on that. I'm gonna just stand in there with my feet and just have some fun with the sushi because it looked delicious.
Can I just give a quick shout out to the old man in the room? Jago, welcome, sir.
The old man in the room.
He's an OG right there. He's a great guy. If you don't know him, follow him. Brilliant.
Just do remember that you in 2 days are on the Retro Renegade. So yeah.
I know. Yes, people, yes, I am joining the Retro Renegades for a one night only thing in a couple of days. So wish me luck.
That makes you a booty call.
Maybe it might be. Have you ever heard them? It might be.
Oh my god. Okay. No. So yeah, Godspeak. Tell me a little bit more about your history of gaming. Like, where did you start?
Well, it's kind of funny. Like I hadn't told anybody this until yesterday on Husk podcast. I just kind of blurted it out. But I was probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 before I was actually allowed to game because growing up, I had issues with I had seizures. It was like something hereditary or something. I don't know. But anyway, I took medicine for it for years and eventually grew out of them. So I didn't have any more. So I wasn't allowed to play games a lot of times because they were scared it was going to give me a seizure or whatever. So when I finally got a system and I was allowed to play it, it was a Super Nintendo. And my dad had a Sega Genesis, but I got a Super Nintendo. It was in my bedroom and had Super Mario Brothers World or whatever it was. And I remember getting Jurassic Park for the Super Nintendo one Christmas. So that was awesome, and it blew my mind. Like I don't know. I think I really was fascinated by it, like the fact that I could push buttons on the controller and something would happen on screen. But then I think through the years I kept playing games or whatever, and then I remember getting the Nintendo 64 for Christmas and playing Mario Kart with my dad and my brother, and we 4 player split screen all the time with me and my buddies, and stuff like that kind of solidified me as a gamer. Like I just really, really loved it. And I got a PS2 one time for my birthday. Me and my brother put our money together and bought one, and I liked the PlayStation 2, but I played all third-party stuff. I was playing ATV Off-Road Fury and stuff like that, and I never really was attached to those exclusives like a lot of PlayStation guys are, like, with Final Fantasy and stuff like that. I just never really cared for those that much. But the moment that really locked me down to a one console, like I loved the console, loved the games, and loved gaming as a whole, was when I got my original Xbox. And like I said, my dad won one at a Christmas party. for his job one year, and he brought it home. I had like 2 games with it, like Star Wars, Clone Wars, or some mess. And I mean, eventually getting into Halo and Fable and all those games, like I was just like, now these I really like. I really liked Fable, like the decision making and being able to be good or bad, and you know, Halo just having this amazing story that you could play through split screen once again, then come back to split screen again. That stuff locked me down to the Xbox ecosystem. Even though I've always had both consoles, ever since then, I've always preferred Xbox. So yeah, that's basically. I mean, it was in the family. You know, I remember my granddad showing me how to play Doom on the PC. You know, he was showing me secrets on the PC, and I remember my grandmother showing me secrets of Super Mario Brothers on the original Nintendo at their house. They played the crap out of that original Nintendo. They knew more about it than we did as kids. It was crazy. But yeah, just you know, I guess ever since I've been around gaming forever. You know, it's weird.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
On gaming, can I cut in Flamish if you don't mind?
Yeah. Do.
Yeah. So, on gaming, when you look at your history, when you think about yourself and what you've played and the amount of games you've played, there's always been in every gamer's life that wow moment. You think, Jesus Christ, what is this? What's been yours?
Whew, that's a tough question.
It's not. Come on, you just think back and go, it's easy. It's not. It's not. It's a good.
Let's just say he loves those
question.
questions.
I'm hoping
He
it's
loves
a good
those
one.
questions.
Yeah, there's been so many like so many moments in gaming where I just love them. You know, Halo 2 being one of them. Just you know, I playing that game, like the sequel to Halo, and I just remember the world being like on fire for Halo 2. Like everyone was going nuts. Like I've told Mab before, it was on bags of chips, it was on drink boxes, it was everywhere. It was on the morning news, people talking about how this was going to be the biggest retail launch ever. And I just remember being surrounded by the hype for Halo, and that Halo, when I got Halo 2, I remember like, here's something funny for you. I bought Halo 2 from Blockbuster back in the day when Blockbuster was still around. So that's you know, that's a cool memory for me. My dad taking me up to Blockbuster in his '86 Trans Am, and me picking up Halo 2. But yeah, that game, the launch for that game was like, holy crap, man! The gaming is huge. Like gaming is massive. But as a moment in a game that really blew my mind or made me think, man, this is good. And maybe I'm a little recency bias here, but I've been playing Assassin's Creed 2. Assassin's Creed Origins did something story wise that like it hit me right in the tenders. You know, when you know, I'm sorry if this spoils anything, but that game's been out for like what, 4 years now, 3 years now, whatever.
Yeah,
So,
I still need to finish it.
Yeah. Basically, you know, Bayek's son is killed, you know, and at when beginning of the game with Bayek, when he tells his son to jump and not be afraid off the cliff or whatever. And then at the end of the game, when you beat it and you're on the top of this tower and you walk off to this little ledge, and you hear his son say, "Jump, Papa." I'm like, God, that got me right in the soul. It was in the tenders. And I had to stop for a minute. I was like tearing up. I was like, man, there's so much like potential with games because you get so much more attached to things or attached to characters in games than you do watching a movie for an hour and a half. And, you know, yeah, I mean, a good movie can hit you hard too, but a game, man, when it does something like that, after you've spent 20, 30 hours playing as this character, man, that hits you completely different. And that was a moment for me. I was like, wow, like I need more experiences like this. Like that was huge for me. That's why Origins holds a special place in my heart, even though a lot of people didn't like it. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to give you mine. There's a couple in the chat. There's a few KOTOR for me. Or Psychonaut says KOTOR. One speculation said he loves Barbie Horse Adventures. By the way, let's clip that.
That makes sense. I get it. You know?
So, but before we ask Flamish the same question.
Oh no.
My wow moment was definitely, I think, on the Xbox 360 when I was playing Oblivion. And the moment you come out of those rat tunnels and you open the door and then that whole world just opens up to you, it's like, Jesus Christ, look at this. That was that was my moment. When you think, "Fuck, it can't get any better than this, can it?" It was because it just. I think that was the first time I'd seen it on the 360, where it was massive. The world itself, when it opened up, you look at it, you think, "How am I going to get across this?" So, yeah, Flamish, your wow moment.
Well, I've played a lot of different games on every platform. The problem is I don't really have a wow moment that I remember. The only thing I can... Yeah, I've had so many different experiences. I think I've mixed up with the experiences that I have that I actually don't know my wow moment. No. But World of Warcraft is a wow moment. No, that's one of my main MMOs, one of the main games I play so much. I really love it. Now I love it so much that I'm actually gonna play it in my couch because I cannot sit for too long in my chair anymore. Because I'm buying myself like a lap guard or something that I can put my keyboard and my mouse on my lap basically and play it that way on my TV. Because I want to play World of Warcraft again. It's the only way to get it. But yeah,
I do think I should give some credit to PlayStation for a second too, because I just thought of another one that was really a wow moment for me, and that was that fight in Spider-Man when you realize you have to take on, like, I think it was Vulture and Shocker. I don't think it was Shocker. Maybe it was Scorpion. You had to take on two villains at once, and I remember that just being so freaking epic. Like, that was a moment I was like, "Good Lord, this is amazing."
Was that in the old games?
No, it was in
Tobey Maguire.
It was the Marvel Spider-Man, the newest one. Not Miles Morales, but the one like in 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
There was there was a moment. It may have been two. I think it may have been two times you had to fight two bosses at once. But it was really, really cool. Like, because it kind of broke the mold of, like, this 1v1 thing. It was like you had to dodge Vulture flying at you while you were trying to take out Scorpion, like doing his thing. Or I think it was Scorpion. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody in the chat can probably clear that up. But I just remember having to fight two villains at once, and I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Like, just dodging this like in slow motion and then going in and doing a flying kick on the other. Like, it was just freaking awesome. So I got to give PlayStation some credit. That was a cool game. Very cool moments too.
Yeah, I think I played that game for 3 hours. That's it.
Oh,
I still have to go to the whole game before I go to Miles Morales, and I don't even have PlayStation 5 at the moment, so I'm still waiting. I sold my PlayStation 4,
Mine got canceled too, so I don't...
Oh, yours got yeah, no, I got one pre-ordered, but I need to wait till the second batch. The first batch is sent, and the second batch is from an online website in the Netherlands. So I just have to wait till they get the second batch in, and then I'll get my PlayStation 5. But it's paid and everything, so just wait until they ship it. It's probably going to be January.
Like, it would have been so nice if they, like, instead of canceling people's orders, they could have just kept the money and said, "Hey, you get the second batch," and then I would know it's coming.
Yeah, that's something I don't understand. Why just cancel orders if you want to have people's money? I mean, why not just save the orders? I think it's a way better system that way, and just keep the list going longer. It doesn't matter for them. It's the same like if they cancel it. I mean, maybe the service can't handle 25,000 people or something, or 250,000 pre-orders. That's gonna be a long time. But no, also this is one of my favorite franchises. If you don't know what the franchise is, what are you doing? Go play it on Xbox Game Pass. It's called Kingdom Hearts. Have you? Do you know this franchise, Godsky?
I dabbled with Kingdom Hearts 2. I never really got into them, but I knew they were a big deal.
Oh, yeah, if you need some help or some translation from the story in 3, because in the 3, like the stuff is special about this series, right? So there's 3 games that came out on the PlayStation, right? Which is Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. Then we have 3 on the Xbox. Then the other games came out on PSP, 3DS, the normal DS, and it's like, yeah, you need to play all these different games on all these different systems to get the whole story. So it's
Yeah.
not like an offspring of the story. No, it's completely canon. You have to know what the story is about, or you're not gonna get into a certain thing in Kingdom Hearts 3. You will not know what's going on.
Yeah,
So
I've heard it was very convoluted. Like if you didn't know, like because I was thinking about jumping into Kingdom Hearts 3 when it was coming out and trying it out, and people were like,
Yeah.
"No, don't do that."
yeah, you
So,
can still enjoy it very much, but you just don't know the underlying stuff about the story because everything comes together in the third one, which is insane. But the second one is pretty much a best bet for the game because it's the best game in the series overall. The combat in the game is so fluent. I cannot show it at the moment because TOS, but yeah, I'll probably show it off after I've played through one again. Then I need to play through another game, Chain of Memories, and then it's two. So I'm gonna play through the whole series again on streams. So gotta do a few more before I can even start it. The games are also very long. Yeah, but. What attracts me the most is just the music in the game as well. So
yeah, I thought it was really cool. Like just looking at like in Kingdom Hearts 3 when they were playing, or when you go to certain like Disney movies or whatever, like seeing the Pixar stuff like Toy Story World and stuff like that. I was like, man, that's cool. Like I think that would be really cool to experience that. And I thought my son might like watching it or playing it. So I don't know. That was one of the things that almost got me into it. Was just it's very neat. Like I said, it's a neat idea. But from what I was told, it's like it's not a good time to try and get into the series. Like it's not a good jump on point because you're not going to understand what's going on.
yeah,
So I'm like, okay.
yeah, story is very complicated if you haven't played the other games. You're gonna be like, what? What's this? What? Who? You're gonna be like, who's this villain? What's going on? What happened there? What is he saying? What the hell? But yeah, it's amazing. The combat is fun. Yeah, you should check out the whole series. Only the first one is really annoying because I'm constantly stuck. The game is so like you don't know where you need to go in the game, so you're constantly stuck. You're trying to go through a world, and then you basically have to go back and forth. It's actually in my playthrough if you see it, and it's not easy to go back through the games. To the first one, but the combat is really fun. I have to say, it's just a little bit lackluster in the first one.
Kingdom Hearts is brilliant. I'll give you that. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a great franchise.
Yeah.
But it just seems that it was their take on how can we get Final Fantasy out to the masses. I'll be honest.
Actually, that's not true. It's
It
not
feels
true.
like-
No.
Let me finish. I think Blue Dragon was a much better game than Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, I haven't even played Blue Dragon yet, so I cannot give
Well,
my opinion.
The chat will tell you I'm right. Blue Dragon was absolutely fantastic.
And I can't look it up. Normally I would now look up Blue Dragon. I would show it up on the stream, and I
Yeah.
can't even do that.
That's how when I play Kingdom Hearts, and it is a brilliant game. It really is good. But it just feels like they said, right, how do we get Final Fantasy out to more people? That's how I feel about it. And as it is, I'm sure a couple of people will agree that you get so far and you think, what? It just bores me sometimes. It really does. I'll be honest. Do you know what? That's my honest opinion, and that's it. It's my take on it.
So-
When you do the Tarzan level in a bit, Flamish, if you've already done that, it's like,
Yeah, it's a little bit later.
why am I fighting the same stupid bloody enemies over and over again? It's very much the same as Final Fantasy 15.
That's the
Oh,
series that has to do with the story.
I know, and that's my only gripe. It really is a good game, but I'm just telling you my thoughts. That's all I'm just interjecting with.
What I can tell you, right, about so basically you have to kill those enemies and destroy them over and over because it's part of the story, what the game is about. That's why you need to kill them. So if you don't get that, you're not fit for the story. You're just like, if you skip all the story stuff and you just play the game, it's a boring game. Okay? If you don't know, if you're just gonna skip all the cutscenes and don't know what's going on, just try to play the game as a game, instead of like an interactive movie plus game, then you would not enjoy the game. That's what I'm saying.
Sounds like Sony.
I didn't say that. That's not my take.
No comment on that whatsoever.
No, I give Sony a lot of crap, like PlayStation, for that, like being interactive movies, and because it seems like if they keep going the direction they're going, it's going to get to that point. But they make great games, but I don't know. Like I think I was watching somebody on YouTube the other day, and they were saying the same thing. Like, Miles Morales, he beat Miles Morales in like, I don't know, 15 hours, like 100% of it in 15 hours, and he was like, man, he's like, the game's fun when you're playing it. He's like, but when they do all this, press a button while he's pulling a bus up or something, like it gets kind of like, I'm watching an interactive movie, So I don't know, that it's an easy like low blow, but there is a little truth to it.
Yeah. I'm just
moving away from that comment as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look on the screen now. Look what you're doing. You're hitting the same 4 candles over and over to try and find them out. You don't know what you're doing.
No, yeah, that's the thing. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle. So what you need to do there, I will spoil this for anyone. I don't care. Game is over 10 years old, guys. The game has very interesting stuff. This game is one of the most interesting games in the franchise because it's the first one, but they did so much special stuff in the world. So those candles actually need to hit with blizzard so they don't go out again. So they don't go on again. So you can actually get the item in the chest that's locked. Also, this door that you're now watching, it's like it's with the keyhole. You can't open that yet because you don't know that your key that you're holding, which is your sword, your weapon, is actually a key that you can open stuff with. Which is so weird, that's silly. But yeah, it's like a process over time. You learn different things, what you can do. You have all these abilities that you can learn, and it's a very fun game. I'm not gonna go too much in depth anymore. I'll probably do that in a video, maybe, and talk about that in a video. That would be a great idea. But there's an amazing guy that I've watched today, actually about this topic. So I'll probably link his stuff in the description below if I think about it. That's what you have for as well. Medieval.
Yeah,
remembering stuff.
eventually, you know. Right?
So
are you a Final Fantasy man yourself?
Me?
Either of you. It's fine. Are you a Final Fantasy person?
No, not at all. I tried to get into Final Fantasy VII when they did the remake, and because I was like, there's a ton of hype for this game, I'm gonna hop into it. And I think I lasted like maybe 30 or 40 minutes, and I was done. I was like, yeah, I'm just not into it. Sorry, not for me.
That's fine. That's all good. All good. I think I've not played it. A lot of my friends have said it's brilliant. I'm like, nah, I'm not really bothered because I played the original. I think I put 400-500 hours into the original.
Wow.
But, okay. Yeah, but I've put 450 hours, I think, into The Witcher. So
I think I can also make something of a strongest comparison why I don't like Final Fantasy or turn-based games, right? So here, I'm walking around, as you can see in the game. I'm attacking the thing as I please, right? I don't need to wait for certain stuff to happen or for the boss's turn. And I was playing this game. This is how I like to play my games. Combat-based, not turn-based and stuff, and just action-packed, right? Because it's still an action-packed game. So now I'm going back and I'm going to the game that I was playing today called Dragon Quest XI, right? And I'm going to the game and I'm going to this mob, which I'm attacking right now. And this is turn-based. I was like, okay, what the hell is this? So I was attacking enemies and I'm like trying to run around and trying to avoid the attacks, but they basically hit you anyway. So I'm like, this is not fun. I need to wait till I can attack again and stuff. I don't like this sort of combat overall. It's just boring to me. When you look at the new Final Fantasy, it's a little bit different. The Final Fantasy VII Remake. I tried a little bit with the demo that came out, and I actually love that. I'm waiting till it comes on Xbox, but we haven't heard of that game yet, so I don't know if it's coming to Xbox.
It was supposed to be a year, I think, is what I was hearing, but now with Corona and everything, it's probably going to be longer.
Oh, but it's gonna be there. It's still gonna be there, probably.
Yeah, eventually.
Right, there's been a question. Has anybody played the Falconeer?
Yes.
I have not.
I played it for half an hour.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
Not for me, personally. I think so. I love games like dogfighting games, right? Look at Squadrons. I will probably love that. I haven't played it yet, but games like Elite Dangerous, where you fly around and kill people. Battlefront 2 has a flying game as well, right? In it, so I love that dogfighting stuff. But in Falconeer, they did something else, and I didn't really like how they did the flying aspect in that. So no, it's not really a great game to me. Like how the combat works in that game is so difficult, just difficult. I don't like it at all. So yeah, I no. No.
Yeah, it didn't really catch my eye. Like I thought it was neat, but I was like, yeah, it's one of those I'm gonna pass. I thought I was gonna pick up Gears Tactics too, and I didn't pick that one up. And I like Gears games. I just the style of the game, same way with the Falconeer. I kind of like, it's not for me. I'm gonna have plenty of hours to throw into Valhalla and Call of Duty. So,
Yeah.
Have you got the new Call of Duty?
I do, and I like it.
I was gonna say, what is your take on it? Because again, I've not. Me and my friends, they're as limited as they are, still play the Modern Warfare multiplayer. So we were enjoying it, and then all of a sudden there's a new Call of Duty. I'm not going to get the best out of it because I'm not in the next gen. What's your take?
I really enjoy it, but I mean, some of the criticisms are, warranted, I guess. There's people out there saying that every time they release a new Call of Duty, it's stripped back from what it used to be. There's usually not as many maps and guns as there used to be, but they add those back in with every season of Battle Pass. They'll add like maybe 2-3 maps, whatever, and some new guns. So, and those are free. You don't have to buy the Battle Pass to get those maps and stuff. They are like, it's kind of like a wave thing coming
Thank
out.
God.
I get people's like criticism of that. I understand it, but I think, like I said yesterday on the Husk show with the creator feature, I was like, look, they're trying to do more with the same dev cycle. Like it used to just be campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and now they're doing campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone or Battle Royale, whatever. Because they've been doing that since Black Ops 4, which I guess Black Ops 4 they cut out the campaign, so whatever. But so they're trying to do more with a smaller dev cycle. But the game, I like it. I was an original Battlefield fan. I was more into Battlefield back in the Modern Warfare 2 days, while my brothers and friends were all into Call of Duty. I was on the Battlefield. I was trying to pull them to Battlefield. Well, then Battlefield kind of fell apart, lost its way, whatever. So then I started gravitating towards Call of Duty, and especially with Black Ops 3 and 4, in the blackout mode in 4, and especially now with Warzone, I'm all over Call of Duty now. Like, I'm a huge Call of Duty fan. This one is very different. I mean, it's because, the next time, if you play Cold War right now, this is just one thing I'll say, it's really funny. If you play Cold War and then you go back and play Modern Warfare, you're going to be like, holy crap. This whole game is brown. Like, everything's brown in Modern Warfare. It's just like a shade of brown. Brown grass, brown trees, brown guns. Like, everything's brown. Like, you play Cold War, and it's, like, really, really colorful. The water, like, shines. It's a really pretty game. Like, it's really pretty. And I enjoy it. And they've got a mode up there called Combined Arms. And it's a lot like Battlefield. It's bigger maps, got vehicles. I think it's 24 players, 12v12, I think. Mm-hmm. And it gives me time to strategize or whatever I can. That's a word. If it's not, it is now. But to kind of think out my plan and figure out what I'm going to do. And I like that. I understand. And I play some team deathmatch, But I understand a lot of people who just playing team deathmatch are frustrated with the game because of spawning issues, getting spawn killed, stuff like that. And I get that. There's some maps that's really, really bad. The spawn system needs to be fixed. But I'm being in combined arms. I haven't had those issues. I haven't had those issues at all. Like I've had a lot of fun. I very rarely have a bad game, and I'm not some super Call of Duty player, but I'm really enjoying it. I think my KD is like 1.7 or something like that. It's, not really impressive, but I mean, it's positive. That's all I care about. But like I said, the game's pretty. I like the game modes. I like the guns. I love the setting being in the 80s because I love anything to do with the 80s, even though I'm a 90s kid. I really, really enjoy it. Zombies is good. The campaign was trippy. You kind of stuff that makes you think like, oh man, like by the time you finish the campaign, it's like, wow, that really messed with my brain a little bit. But the multiplayer, I like the maps. I like the guns. I was telling those guys, I think it was yesterday on with them. I was telling them, there's like 1 or 2 guns per category that I like, and that's kind of fine with me. I mean, I usually stick to, probably 3 or 4 different classes that I have, so I stick with those guns. So I'm not really trying to try a lot of new things. But yeah, I mean, I get some of the criticism, but I still think it's a great game. It's a lot of fun, so I'd recommend it for anybody who's a Call of Duty fan. So
yeah, for me the same. The new Call of Duty is so much fun. Modern Warfare I liked in the beginning, but after a couple of weeks it became stale to me. I don't know why, but there's a lot of camping in that game specifically.
Yeah.
I didn't like that aspect, and I feel that the sniper was too much in that game. I felt it was really easy to get sniper kills, and I got a lot of snipers against me. So you were just standing there, you spawned, you were walking for 2 seconds, you were dead. That's what happened to me a lot, and after a couple of weeks I was just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna sell this game off, I'm not gonna play it anymore. And now I see people going back to Modern Warfare. I'm like, nah, Call of Duty Cold War, baby. I love it so much, especially the new Nuketown that they just put in. Holy damn, that map is so much fun again.
yeah.
It's just what I want out of my Call of Duty. Fast-paced, frantic combat. Just run in there to the middle of the map, kill as much as possible, and then die and start over.
Yeah.
That's how I like my Call of Duty.
I'll wait for Flamish to buy me with his YouTube money after this. It's fine.
YouTube money. Dude, first I need to get 1,000 subscribers, and what I'm saying, and I'm always saying this, everything that I get is always for the channel. So if you ever donate, it's in the link in the description below. You can do that. Everything is always for the channel and for the people that watch me. They get everything they donate back for the community. Or
of course, I was kidding, sir, as usual.
Yeah, I know, but I'm always taking everything seriously, and I can do it.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't lighten up.
But I am lighting
He's like
up.
Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's very literal.
Yeah, so why Gamora? No, man. What game are you most excited for, except Cyberpunk? Because we know everybody wants Cyberpunk, except Clowns, of course, because Clowns doesn't even want to buy the game for me. Thanks, buddy.
Ashley, can you hear me okay?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, a little bit scuffed, but you're still okay. Hold on, I need to probably change my yeah, it's cool. What's up, Clowns?
Okay. It's because I'm in my wife's car. I'm almost home, but I didn't want to miss the show because this is a really good show that you're hosting.
Thank you.
Yeah, Animated Evil's doing a great job hosting. Flamish, good job co-hosting. Good job co-hosting. Guys, Geeks as well.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know, Clowns, that I'm not excited for Cyberpunk either.
Yes, finally somebody else, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your reason?
I don't care for the setting. Like I just
Really?
Cyberpunk stuff, yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. And then honestly, I didn't even get heavy into The Witcher because I didn't like the way that it controlled and it felt. Like I liked the way it looked. I liked the idea.
That's the same
I just
thing
didn't like
with
the
me.
controls.
I don't like The Witcher for that as well. I think it's too Dark Souls.
Oh, where do I go from here?
For me, it's a lot of Dark Souls in there.
Yeah, I've put
got
450 hours into The Witcher 3.
Yeah, sorry, man. Not everyone likes that game. I think
I gotta tell you something, Flamish. Okay?
Yeah.
You ready for this? I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is facts. FACTZ, okay? Hashtag. Ready?
Facts.
Yeah. So, you know how Flamish gets excited for video games that he really wants because he knows they're gonna be really good?
Okay.
You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
So he was so excited when the Falconeer previewed, and he was like, clowns, we gotta get Falconeer. Clowns, can we get Falconeer? Oh man, it looks so good. And then we get Falconeer, he plays it, he's like, it's not good.
It's a bit shit.
Not so good.
Okay, but can I give Cyberpunk the the special
Exemption.
treatment? Yeah.
Well, I don't doubt that Cyberpunk's gonna be good. I think that, Z Project Red does great stories. I'm with God's Geek though. Like, I just think the setting is not for me in this one. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'll still play it and try it. And yes, Flemish, I did put it on my Christmas wish list for the digital version, the $99 version. So,
$99?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Is there a different
I
version?
think it was. I don't know. It was. I think it was more than 59. I don't know.
I'm gonna look right now.
I think I'm in the same boat. I'm probably going to play it to see what it looks like on the Series X. I mean, I think that it'll be interesting, but I don't think it's going to hold me very long at all. So I'll probably just red box it or something if I can.
So there's only one version, Clowns. It's 70.
So I'll be honest. Obviously, I put like I said, I've put 450 hours into Witcher because that game was just absolutely fantastic. Loved it. If Cyberpunk plays a little bit like The Witcher, guess what? I'll be playing that absolutely. But I think that's why I'm holding off on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because I'll be so invested that I will probably match that. I think that's why I'm scared of taking the plunge and just saying I'll buy it, because I know, and I think it's Vikings in the future or pirates in the future.
Hold on. You're afraid of a game to be too good that you're not gonna play nothing else, and you still don't want to buy it?
No, I'm not scared of doing it. It's just the fact that I'm just holding off until I've got nothing else. Like right at the moment, like I said, I'm absolutely killing Watch Dogs, which is fantastic. But as soon as I pick up something like Valhalla, that Watch Dogs will be put in the back burner.
Yeah, I'm holding off a little bit more on Watch Dogs. I played it for a little bit longer than I did last time. I'm still holding off a little bit more for that game. I want to save bugs to be fixed. There's still some issues in there.
I'm gonna hop into it after I finish Valhalla, and I'm hoping by the time that I finish Valhalla, those issues are fixed. So.
And you know what? You're gonna really love it. It's a really good game. It's fantastic. Clowns has put a hell of a lot of hours into Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. He's all about it. He's willing to deal with the save bugs and still keep going.
Oh yeah. He lost 12 hours of progress one time, and he's like, I'm going back in. And I'm like, what? Dude,
wow.
if I lose 12 hours of progress, I'm fucking this game and I'm deleting it. For sure.
12 minutes. I quit.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna join back up when I get back home, so that way you don't hear the road.
Gotcha.
Well, you got 40 minutes, Clowns.
Yeah, I'm almost home, so keep it going, Flamish. Animated Evil. Keep it going.
I'll try.
See you in a bit, Clowns. But no, about The Witcher. So for me, that game, it's like Geeks. Oh my god. Sorry, man.
Just call me Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, yeah, I'll call you Pitt. So Pitt was saying that game, the combat was so weird. I was not used to it at all, and I didn't like the combat. I played till the Griffin died, and that's it. I haven't even seen the big city yet.
I played it. I played it probably a good 10 to 15 hours of it, but I didn't like the way that I didn't like the way Geralt walked. I didn't like the way like the horse. It felt clunky to me. Like it felt clunky, and like it just kind of irritated me a little bit. And then like I don't know. I just at some point I like okay I've had enough, and I dropped it. But I understand like why people love it. The story from what I got out of those 15, 20 hours, whatever, was pretty good, but I knew I was in for another 30 hours of it, and I was like, I don't know. It was one of those things that kind of just faded on me, so I just let it go. And I still have it. I purchased it like digitally, so I still have it. I could download it if I wanted to. I just haven't done it.
Yeah, I have the Game of the Year edition that I purchased some time ago. Even though I did not play the game anymore, I still purchased the Game of the Year edition because like I will one day play this game probably. When I knew the Series X was coming out and I knew the load times were gonna be better, that's probably when I'm gonna pick it up. So I'm waiting till the Series X patch is done probably, and then I'll maybe check it out. You can hold me to that, Enemy Evil, on the show. You can hold me to that. So I'll just wait for that Series X patch for sure before I touch that game.
I'm just waiting on Fable.
That's gonna take a few
yes.
years. I think it's gonna take at least 3-4 years before that comes out.
I don't think it is because there's been rumors of Fable for at least 2 or 3 years. There's been rumors.
I know, but that game is gonna be
huge. We don't know how long they've been working on it.
The game is gonna be huge, so I guess it's still it's at least a year and a half out, at least.
I can't wait for when the train starts rolling for the hype and everything for that game. Like my hype's gonna be through the roof because I love Playground Games. They got me into racing games because they made such a good racing game in Horizon.
Yeah, the open world games, what they did with Horizon was so beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, so beautiful. That's the best word. Like they make beautiful games, and I can't wait to see what they do with Fable with that vibrant color palette, and even that trailer. I feel like they nailed it with that trailer. Like they nailed exactly what I want from Fable, and that got me even more excited.
So
are you not nervous the fact that it's a massive change from racing to a Fable game?
Not really. I think I think obviously there is a lot of nuance to it to them. I mean, they're gonna have new things to learn and how to build quests, but they've been hiring because that's a second team, I think, if I'm not mistaken, at Playground Games. They've been hiring for that team from other people. So I mean, they've I don't know for sure, but I know they've got talent from other studios who've worked on third-person action games and things like that.
We said the same thing about 343 though, didn't we?
343 is just garbage. That's all there is to it.
I'm just saying that's the same thing we said when they said, "Oh yeah, 343's fine, yay!" And then look, so
I was one of the doubters.
I'm nervous because I'm a massive Fable fan. Massive. I've played them all. Love them.
I've played them all too. I didn't care for Fable 3 that much. I feel like it stripped a lot of the good stuff away that made Fable what Fable was. And with as far as 343 goes, I was one of the skeptics when they first took over, and I think it was warranted because I'm making a video about it this week. I was writing it earlier, but I think the last 2 games, Halo 4 and Halo 5, I think people are too generous. Halo 4 was okay. It was like, okay, this is all right. They can build off of this, and then the next game will be even better. And they just took like 50 steps back with the next game. And I don't have a lot of faith in 343, but I did like probably 60% of what I saw of Halo Infinite when they did show it. Yeah, I think the graphics could have looked a lot better. But as far as the gameplay goes, the actual art style itself, like the way Master Chief looks and things look, it looks and feels like Halo. So I'm excited. I hope Halo Infinite's good, but not a lot of faith in 343.
Yeah, when you think about 343, they've had the studio, they've had that game in their hands just as long as Bungie did.
Yeah,
and they've done nothing different. They've done nothing different.
And with Infinite, they had what 5 years, I think, and $500 million.
Yep.
And I think this is I think what we saw, and I don't know if y'all guys have thought about this, and this is something I was going to bring up in my video. So you guys are getting a sneak peek right here.
Sneak peek. There we go.
Yeah. when you think about all this news that's come out with the development kits not being certified until June 2020, I think what we saw in July was an Xbox One build because they didn't have a dev kit for the freaking the Series X yet. So I mean, if they did, they just got it. So I think that played a huge part in it being delayed, and I think it played a huge part in what we saw from Halo Infinite. Maybe that was an Xbox One build, and maybe by next spring or June, July, hopefully, I hope it's in the first part of the year. They've had time to get it right. They've had time to get acclimated to the dev kit, and they can actually get it done. I didn't think about that until the day it dawned on me. I was like, wait a minute, Halo Infinite was delayed in August, maybe, I think. Maybe end of August or September or something like that. So I mean, I think the dev kit thing probably played a big part of it.
But
yeah, you're right. I mean,
another part of that, I think, is the fact that halfway through development, apparently, I don't know how true this is, they've changed the engine from Unreal Engine 4, I want to say, to the build their own in the Slipstream engine they've made.
Is it Slipstream or Slipstream?
It's one of those. It's Slipstream, something like that.
But it's
halfway through development, you've changed an engine. I mean, from that point on, you've got to rebuild from the ground up.
Yeah,
you got to redo like 50% of it.
So the rumor about that is that they actually tried a lot of shortcuts with that engine, and that's maybe one of the reasons also why the game was in the state that it was on the show, because actually someone analyzed the whole gameplay, right, even more, and he actually saw stuff in the background, like the world was not loading properly in the game and stuff. Yeah, not even the popping. Basically, you have a wall, right, and you have a mountain. And a piece of the wall was just of the mountain was just dropping off completely. So the textures just dragged down. It looked like the world was not shaping up correctly in the world as well. I probably can look it up somewhere if I find the guy again. But there were some weird loading issues with the world as well, instead of the popping. Things that people actually didn't even saw yet, that they didn't even investigate. But
I have my thoughts on 343. I think the issues in that studio are at the top. And I think, you can have all the talent in the world underneath you, but the person who's leading is the person that's to blame. And I mean, I think that's Bonnie Ross. I mean, I just, she's had 2 games and she hasn't delivered. So, I mean, I know that sounds harsh or whatever, but it's like, this is going to be the third strike. And the fact is, that Halo Infinite, whether it's good or bad, is going to be what people judge Xbox this generation by, because it's going to be the first true exclusive on the system, as far as we know. And I think, I don't know. I think Phil should have stepped in, or Matt Booty should have stepped in and either put someone else in charge already after 5, or they should have moved it to another studio or something. I mean,
I don't know, man.
Coalition has done with Gears 4. They caught a lot of flack because they played it too safe. But then Gears 5 comes out and they improved on it. They made it better. They got me back into Gears with Gears 5 because I quit Gears 4 halfway through, and Gears 5 made me a Gears fan again. So I'm sitting there looking at this like, this studio did exactly what 343 was supposed to do. They were supposed to take over. Maybe you take that first game, you try to get your feet underneath you, and then you make it better, and you make a great game the next time. And 343 just didn't do it. They went backwards. I think that's a failure at the top, to be honest. But
yeah, I do want to say that I don't really like to comment on that stuff. That's just my personal opinion, right? I try to always stay positive, and I think asking for someone to be fired or leaving the project to someone else, because I just don't think that's healthy.
Well, I don't want her to be fired, but maybe demoted.
Yeah, it's still not healthy for me. I do understand what you're saying. I mean, it's a favorite franchise or one of the best on Xbox, right? Because it's Halo and one of the most popular franchises on Xbox in total. But still, I think people should... I feel it's a little bit toxic to talk like that in general. Like, it's just my personal opinion about it, right? Because I don't like to think in corners like that overall. It's I cannot really explain that well because it's not my main language, English. I'm trying to, but you can understand where I'm going with it, right? Overall.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's I try to stay positive on my channel. Like there's maybe one or two negative videos on the whole channel, and I get where you're coming from, and it's like, but it's kind of the same thing. Like I think about Star Wars a lot. It's like I just feel like when someone if you had two tries and you didn't get it right, then maybe it's time to give someone else a try. And if that means being demoted or whatever, and like, I mean, do what they got to do. But I mean, Xbox is a company at the end of the day. They need Halo to be the best it can be. They need Halo as their flagship. I mean, that is the thing that when you see Halo, you think Xbox. When you see Xbox, you think Halo. So, it's too important to just let it go. And I feel like that's what's been happening in the last 8 years or 10 years, whatever it's been. So,
yeah. Also,
agree.
Also, this subject has been talked about to death. So
yeah,
to talk about it again, it's like, but we all know there has something to change or something to happen with the Halo franchise.
6 to 8 months, we're gonna have Halo Infinite, and it's gonna be good, and we can all be quiet.
Yeah, I hope so. I just hope. I hope that everything goes well. We'll see what happens. Like, we just have to wait a little bit longer.
I've got a question or so. But it's completely off topic. It's completely
perfect.
Not where we're
perfect. Random. I love it.
We're gonna change it up a little bit. So, God's Geeks. Obviously, you've got quite a few followers, and you are an Xbox centric content creator. Yeah.
Right.
Do you often get people coming in, your shit, messaging you with hate and stuff from opposing sides or whatever? Do you often get that?
Every day. Every day. I mean, I get it on new videos. I get it on old videos that are 6 months old. I mean, people find your stuff, and I mean, the trolls are going to come. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, they assume because I like Xbox more that means I hate PlayStation, or that I'm in the console wars, as they like to say. I do a lot of calling out fanboys on my channel. I do. I call out fanboys all the time because they're nonsense, the lies. I just can't stand it. But at the end of the day, I have always owned both consoles. I've always enjoyed both consoles. I have nothing against PlayStation. I would love, there's things I wish PlayStation would do better. I mean, I wish they would bring back MotorStorm. I wish they would bring back Resistance. Things like the games I really enjoyed.
Oh, MotorStorm.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't hate PlayStation. But yeah, anytime you that's the thing about these people, man. Those fanboys. You don't have to say something bad about their console. You don't have to say anything bad about it, but you just have to say something good about the console they don't like, and then they attack you. And that's what I always tell people is like, all I do on my channel is speak to the strengths of Xbox, and I still get attacked. So it is what it is.
I'm asking because obviously I'm new to this shit. I like uber new. Like it's like I've just turned up today, basically, and gone, here we go, let's go. Why not? It seriously is. I've been doing this for what, a fortnight, and I haven't got any. I don't create content because I haven't got the equipment to do it. I would love to. There's ideas, there's things going on, but how do you deal with that personally when someone is being like that?
Honestly, I'm just the type of person to let stuff roll off my back. I don't let it bother me. I think one thing I had to do, and this is I would give this advice to anybody doing YouTube, if you start to get any kind of traction, disable your comment notifications. Don't even bother with it, because even if you get 1,000 good comments and there's 10 to 20 bad ones, you're going to remember the bad. And so I turned off the comment notifications. I will go through it on my own time. Every now and then I go back and look and see who said what, or try to like everybody's comment or respond. But you just got to let it go, man. It's like, you really do. Like, these people aren't doing channels themselves. They have nothing better to do but find an Xbox channel, Xbox centric channel. Like I said, I still do PlayStation stuff occasionally, but they find an Xbox centric channel, and they have nothing better to do but go to the comment section and write you a book on why they hate you and you're stupid and Xbox is trash and all this stuff. And it's like, wow,
But
you guys are pathetic.
yeah,
So, yeah,
you're coming at that from it all comes from the other side, as it were, the other side of the wall, which I think should just fucking end. Do you get it off Xbox guys as well?
I've gotten. I had one guy I can remember. Having a problem with something I said. I think, as a matter of fact, it was about Halo Infinite. It was on Twitter, and it was It was like one of those Xbox fanboy channels. And I said, if Halo doesn't launch, Halo Infinite. It was right after the delay. I said, if Halo Infinite doesn't launch before July of next year, I was like, that is a massive failure on 343's part. And of course, he was like, he got smart with me. He attacked me, and he shared. He's like, look who thinks he knows anything about the gaming business, and he got offended by it. And I'm like, dude, I can sit here and criticize Xbox just the way I criticize PlayStation. When they make mistakes. But now obviously I've done a lot more defending Xbox in the past year. So yeah, I've gotten it from both sides. I get a lot more from the other side because I talk about Xbox more. But yeah, that crowd they're out there in every fan base. The bigger the fan base, the more you're gonna have. So right now, PlayStation dudes like that, they really outweigh the Xbox guys, from what I can see. But
it's got a bigger user base.
I'll give you an example.
There's going to be a lot of more, isn't there? There's a bigger user base basically, so you're going to have more issues.
I'll also give you an example of that, because do you know J.K. Rowling, right? There's a community out there that doesn't like her anymore of what she said, of what she done lately. And then we have this game coming out called Hogwarts Legacy, right? Which is completely unrelated of her, right? Just like her world, basically. With
I'm looking forward to that Harry Potter game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I really want to play it. On, sorry.
I've been studying that game. No problem, man. I'll just interrupt you again. But no, basically, they want the game to fail because of that she's involved with the game a little bit.
Well, why? What's wrong with her? Why?
That's my question. And that's what I mean
Why?
with that's what's going on with fanboys. They just hate something for hating something, and they want everything surrounding that to fail. It doesn't matter if it's a game. It doesn't matter if it's something to do with the platform, if it's a developer of the platform. They just want it to fail. And they don't think about all the other stuff around it. And it's asinine, basically, that people just think that way. I think it's really sad, but like I said, I really like to go in depth on that. I mean, it's not what my channel is about. I like to keep everything positive overall, because if you start talking about that, you just attract the negativity about the people, and they just start commenting all the negative stuff, and I don't like that in general. So that's why I try to keep everything positive, so I don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. And if I have to deal with that kind of stuff, I delete the negative comments, and that's it.
Yeah, I just wanted to come as a newbie to this sort of whole thing. I just wanted to, see your guys' take on it. That's where I was coming from.
So, a question: do you actually have a lot of experience with kind of negative stuff overall, Anime Devil?
Me, no.
Okay, because
I see it, but I listen to people like yourself and others. I'm not gonna name drop anyone in here, but they all say that they get attacked for just random shit.
Well,
I mean, I haven't got the Twitter followers you guys have got, and I don't have a YouTube channel yet. And this is my foray into this kind of forum. So it was a case of what should I look out for? What should I avoid? What could you advise someone if someone was to start a YouTube channel tomorrow? If someone was going to say, right, do you know what? I'm a really good video producer. Let's get into it. What advice would God's Geeks give to that person who was going to start from fresh? Tomorrow they woke up and thought, I can do that. What advice would you give them?
Nice segue.
Yeah, that's
Don't
tough. I mean, there's a lot of things I would tell you if you're starting from scratch, but
other than don't bother. That's not. Don't bother. It isn't a valid answer. Okay.
I won't tell you that. I mean, I would say just you got to stay consistent. You're not going to get there in a day. You're not going to make a video day one and get 1,000 views and pick up 500 subs. I mean, it doesn't work like that. Even if you do make a video that gets 60, 80, 100,000 views, you may only see 300 to 400 subs from that video. And, you know, it's not going to happen in a day. You just got to stay consistent, keep doing it. Don't give up. If you want it, you know, then, you know, keep going after it. Don't quit. I would tell everybody, I've told this to my brother. He's younger. He was at one point, he was talking about being a YouTuber and everything. I said, man, do it as a hobby first. And if you start to get a traction and it gets somewhere, then, you know, maybe think about it as a career choice. Cause you know, I'm a long ways from this being a career choice. Like, I mean, I don't know how Dealer and those guys get paid where they're at, but from what I'm looking at and what I'm getting paid every month, I'm thinking, I'm going to need a lot more subs and a lot more consistent views if I'm going to pay my bills. So, you know, this is not, you know, do it as a hobby, do it because you love it, like it. And if you really want it, just don't quit. I mean, just keep going, try to get better, learn from other people. Don't copy anybody. Like some people tell me like, oh, you should do what Mr. Beast did. I'm like, I'm not going to do what Mr. Beast did. He's already done it, you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the license for honey's already sold.
Yeah, and
yeah, that's also why I try. That's the same thing with me. I always try to keep it random as fudge, like I used to say. And yeah, it's just like, why copy someone else? I mean, it doesn't bring anything out of like it doesn't make you special. It doesn't give you interest from people. They would like to see something else, something different. And that's what I like to do on my channel as well. So
yeah, going
gotta
along
be
with
original.
yes,
right. Yeah, the best advice I ever got came from a Food Line manager. I had 60 subs. You know, I work with Frito-Lay. I go to different stores and stuff. And you guys probably know what Food Line is, but it's a grocery store down here in the southeast of the states. Okay. And I go in there and I was talking to him and I was like, he's like, hey man, I think I found your YouTube channel. And I had like 60 subs at the time. And I was like, yeah, I was doing it for a while because I hadn't done the video in like 2 months. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it. And he was like, look, man, he's like, keep doing it. And just like, make sure you be you. He's like, if you just be yourself, then there's you know, what, 6-8 billion people in the world. Like there's a good chance that at least a few 100,000 of them think and, you know, like the way you are, like who you are. They're going to think like you. They're going to agree with you and they'll follow you. So just be yourself. Like, don't try to copy Mr. Beast because I couldn't do it anyways. I couldn't leave $10,000 at a tip for a water. I mean, I just couldn't do it. I'd have to sell my kidney or something to do that. Is
there someone that actually knows how he does that stuff? How he makes such amount of money? Like, it's so insane how he gets all the stuff. Yeah. And how does he give it out for free?
My kids check out his videos all the time and stuff, and it's just one of those things, unfortunately. But to be fair, that's huge advice. It really is, and I appreciate it. I'm not going to start. I'm not going to. Do you know what? If it was me, I was talking about. I know I'm not going to take off anytime soon. I've done this for 2 weeks. I know. This is the long game. If this is what I want to do, I work 50 hours a week. I come home and talk to you guys. Do you know what I mean? It's fun.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm doing as well. When I'm going home, I'm playing games. I talk to you guys. Even on the bus, when I'm on the bus, I call people. I just call clowns every time, every day almost. We talk on the party for like 3 hours while I'm driving. I'm like ding. I need to get off. It's so fun. It's so fun. And then all of a sudden I see Dreadpool coming in, and then we have Zimmy Games, and then all of a sudden there's like 8 people in the party while I'm on the bus driving, and then we're always like, we should do a stream.
Yeah, Flamish on the bus, the wheels go round and round.
Yeah.
That's the name.
That's a good name. Actually, I love it. You should do a stream. clowns, of that next time. Tomorrow maybe. Tomorrow I have to work again, so yes.
I have to say, clowns, welcome home.
Yeah,
Glad you got there. Glad you got there. I've tried to hold it off. You know, I've tried to host as much as I could. Obviously, Flamish has done a terrible job, but yeah. I'm joking, Flamish. I'm joking.
I know, I
It's fine.
know.
I know, but you take
I was
everything
drinking.
sometimes.
I was drinking. Do you want me to spit my drink into my mic?
Yeah.
yes.
No. I got
If
this
I-
beautiful.
If I make a joke and you spit,
That means it's good.
it means I was funny. It means I was
But
successful.
it was good. But I didn't want to spit into my mic because
That's what I
like.
want out of life.
Yeah.
You want me to
Talking,
destroy
everybody else
my
starts laughing.
your enjoyment out of life is getting me spitting all over my mic, so I break my mic.
No, just to make you laugh, Flamish. Just to make people laugh.
You always
That's all
make
I
me
want.
laugh, man. That's why you're on the channel. God fucking
I
damn.
know. So, clowns, how are you?
Pretty good. Drive home was, was pretty good. And I was thinking about some of the stuff that you guys said, and when I got back home, you guys were talking about. You asked the question to Gozgeek and Flamish, how would somebody start out on YouTube, or what advice you would give them? And all I could say is just be yourself. No matter what, just go with your passion, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to discuss, whatever is a passion to you, put that into your work, because there's other people that have the same passion out there, and you're gonna find the right people. Whether it's comic books, whether it's cars, whether it's paintball, whatever it is, there's people out there that like that stuff. So just be yourself.
Yeah. So
You do you.
let me
Yeah.
tell let me tell you something. There was this old guy earlier today that was making a video about molding.
When you say old, was it me old or older than that?
No, grandpa old.
Wow,
yeah.
ageism, Flamish, ageism, calm it down.
So
Grandpa old. Go on then.
okay, so he was grandpa old, right? And this guy was just basically making a mold out of rubber from a statue he made or something small. And just watching that, it's like 20 minutes. They was doing that stuff and explaining how they did it. And it's like 95k views, which is still amazing. So whatever you do, people are interested in your content. There are always people online who will like your content, whatever you do. And it doesn't come overnight. It takes a while to take off your channel. Like I'm now at 156 subscribers. One more thanks to Anthony Boyd today. He was the last subscriber today. So really thank you for that, by the way. And yeah, I'm just happy where I am at the moment, and I'll just keep growing. But I'm doing it with passion, things I love doing. I don't care about the views. I don't care about the attention I get on YouTube, on my channel and stuff. I just love to do this because I love to share my stuff with people around me. If they don't like to watch me, that's bad for them. I don't care. I just like to do this every week, this show, making it fun, random as hell, like I always have been. And this is how I like to do my stuff, and that's how I'm gonna keep doing it. So
That's what you gotta do, man. It just takes a while. Like, I mean, and the views will come,
Oh,
So-
but I don't even care about that. Like I said, like it could be one viewer every day, every Sunday, right? If there's one person watching, I made one person happy. I'm happy. Like if there's
Yeah.
no.
That's what I used to tell myself all the time. I was like, even if I only had 10 views on a video, I'm like, dang, dude, that's 10 human beings. Okay, minus the 6 times I watched it. That's 4 human beings that actually, think I'm worth their time. So, that's the way you got to look at it, man. If somebody thinks you're worth their time, then there's other people out there who are going to think the same thing. So,
Yeah,
just keep going.
Yeah, and overall about the nasty stuff and all the people that talk shit about you, ignore them. Block them, do whatever you need to do, but don't care. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean
And-
that's a very good point, Flamish, you make, because recently, I'm not
Maybe?
going to say my situation, but I had a situation where I felt it could have really taken me down like a negative staircase, and I think that with the support from the community, like yourself, and the support from the Gamers United Guild and everybody else out there really cheered me up. And you're right. You got to move past the negativity if you want to move forward, because negativity will always hold you back, no matter what it is, no matter what form of negativity is. And another thing too is as I tell people that are podcasting, never be jealous of another podcaster, because you can be successful in being yourself. If you end up focusing on jealousy, or you end up focusing on what somebody else is doing better than you, you're never going to find your way of doing things. You're always going to try to compete with other people that have a different set of skills, and you're going to be missing your own skill. Like, you could find yourself just doing your own thing. And then that's the great thing about being creative and doing your show. Like Flamish, your show, right?
Yeah.
Look how you started out. You started out, right? And you ended up getting on Retro Renegades. And then
Yes.
me and you started working together.
Yes.
And your energy in this community is amazing. Like, you have this passion for this community, and people see your passion, and people are starting to really like you. So you found yourself. You found who you are by being creative and doing your own thing.
Yeah, basically. I just found, when we're talking about this for me personally, I didn't know where I was going. I was just like going with the flow. I talked to Graphic God in the first place because I needed a new logo for myself, because I wanted to do YouTube and stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna record some gameplay, like do a gameplay based channel, right? Put some gameplay up. My original goal with YouTube was to actually finish games, because that's something I'm very, it's hard to do for me. Is just finish a game, finish the story. It's the hardest thing for me to do in a game. I always get bored before I finish my games, and I don't get the completion, like the full. Do you know when you finish a game, you get like the special feeling that you have finished the game?
Yeah.
I never get that, of course, because I never finish my games, almost, except the ones I really, really, really like Kingdom Hearts. I finished all those and a couple of others, but there's not many games, especially achievements. I don't like achievements. I don't reuse them a lot. So yeah, but overall, because I talked to Graphic God, he was like, I have this podcast, if you want to join. And I'm like, yeah, let's join up. I don't know exactly how it went down, but I just was in this podcast. I learned a few people, to know a few people, then was part of Retro Renegades all of a sudden, and from there it went up and up and up, and I'm just getting myself higher and higher into the community. And now I'm everywhere. I mean, everyone's show. I've been on a couple of shows myself. I always try to put myself out there, bring the positivity to gaming, to others, and just be myself as a highly energetic person. That's what I can say. I think clowns can say that as well about me.
Yeah, I think so, man.
Sorry, clowns.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead, Enemy.
I was going to say that that exact same thing happened to myself, but it's down to you guys that I'm here anyway. It's clowns, Flamish, brilliant. But I was going to ask our esteemed guest if
Yes.
you had a similar situation where someone's brought you in to sort of, it just happened, because obviously I've been doing this for what, a fortnight, is it? Flamish?
Yeah,
Well,
2 weeks. 2 weeks now.
My first time was with you last week.
Mm-hmm.
Take of that what you will. But it's down to advice from clowns and Flamish, and the first time I was actually online with these guys was due to fun speculation. But who in your, massive shout out to all three of you, by the way, who in your world, who said, come on, let's do this, basically?
Is that for me or clowns?
No, that's for you. That's for you.
God's Geeks. That's for you, God Geeks. That's for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I didn't have anybody invite me on their podcast or anything until very recently. I just
Really?
Stubbs was the first one to ever invite me on a podcast, and I think that was a month or two ago. I got on the Stubbs Gaming podcast with those guys, and had no idea what I was doing. But yeah, I mean, I kind of built my channel differently. Like I think there's Stubbs and Green Pass Gaming, like guys like that. They're doing things different than I did. They're doing podcasts, and I couldn't even begin to tell you how to build a channel with just doing podcasts because I have no idea. I mean, I just with me, like my way or my path was making videos, trying to edit them as much as possible and make them shiny and put some music in there and throw it out there and hope that YouTube pushes it or people share it out. Like that was how I built my channel. And I mean, I'm about to start a podcast here next Monday and try and start working on that side of things. But I never really had anybody invite me on their podcast until Stubbs. And then I think then Mads came out of nowhere. I didn't expect that invite from Mads Gaming, of course, and then did that with him on Fridays. I haven't been able to do it the last 3 weeks. It seems like the last 3 weeks something's been going wrong, whether it's internet issues or something. It was always something. But yeah, so I've started to do this podcasting thing really just in the last month or two. People inviting me on. It was kind of weird because I didn't get an invite after I was on Stubbs. I thought maybe I joked too much and they didn't want me on their show anymore. I was like, he's not serious enough. We got to get that guy out of here.
I had the same thing happen to me. Like one time I got invited on Green Pass Gaming, and then that's the only time I got invited to a show. Overall, I'm just putting myself out there and asking to be on the show, which is a no-no. Like Clowns used to say, likes to say to me, like it's a no-no to actually invite yourself. Which I always do. I like to invite myself to things. Not because I'm arrogant or something, and just like, hey, why not ask? I mean, no, you always have, and a yes you can get, so why not?
Yeah, I'm not that type. Like I do that in real life too. Like I don't like to invite myself to things or like just kind of like even hint at it. I did I felt awkward about tagging Dealer and Aaron, like in my trailer when I posted it on Twitter. Like it felt awkward. Like, hey man, look at this. I don't know. It's like I'm just the type of person. I'm like, I hope this video just does good enough that eventually he sees it. And maybe he gives me a shout out. Like that's the kind of person I am. I really thought after I went on the Stubbs Gaming show, like, cause me and Mr. Tushy and Removable Sanity, we were joking so much in that show, and I think I don't know, certain people like to be more professional in their podcast and just actually stay on topic and stuff, and I didn't exactly do that, so I was like, I haven't had an invite to another podcast since then, so and but then Mads got me, so I don't know. Maybe Mads just didn't see that podcast, so we're good.
Well, God's Geek, I gotta say, one of these days when Flamish and I do like the next interview with like an actor or actress, we got to get you on because it was funny. We talk about, you talked about not being like super professional, being fun and informal. Well, Gaz said to one of the actresses that he wasn't wearing pants, and everybody just laughed. And I was like, whoa, how did we get that one off? Like,
was that the Battletoads one, or was that her? I don't remember. It was.
Everyone, like most people we have, were from Battletoads.
Yeah.
I'll text to AJ, of course. A huge shout out to AJ from Delilah Studios.
The good news is I'm on Stubbs Gaming this week, so maybe that's my last podcast. Maybe this is my last podcast.
So I do want to say it's the 2-hour mark. I'm getting a lot of back pain at this moment. Like it's starting to ache a little bit, so I want to cut a little bit short now. I first want to talk about this, guys, because I don't know what's going to happen. But basically, my back is hurting like hell the last since Wednesday. I would say it's hurting more. Like I have this point between my two shoulder blades. Hold on, I'll actually show you guys when I go to human skeleton. I like. You're
not gonna be. It's not gonna be a picture of you stood up naked, is it?
No.
With you pointing and stuff.
He's not wearing pants.
Okay.
He's gonna stand up.
So when you look at this, picture, right? We look at it, it's like here. Here somewhere between my two shoulder blades, I'm having a lot of pain. Right?
If that guy had a beard, it looks like you, Flamish.
Yeah, of course. I'm like this. Come over. No.
Go on, sorry.
So yeah, I'm having a lot of back pain there. I'll rewind this to have a little bit more. And the problem is that I cannot sit for hours in my chair anymore. I want to play more World of Warcraft, but it's not happening at the moment because that game just launched. And I paid for a collector's edition. My subscription is running for that. Like every month, it's like $12 for that, and I just can't play. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this lap guard for my thing, sit in front of my TV from now on to play PC and to do my show. So that's why I don't have a webcam at the moment. So sometimes my face is like, you can see that I'm a little bit in pain, but I still want to do my shows, of course, and not want to get too hurt, you know? So I'll keep you guys posted on that on Twitter, of course. So if you want to know more about it, just follow me on Twitter. I mostly keep it in private because I don't want anyone to know all my private stuff, of course. But if you ask me stuff, I'll always answer. I'm not shy to getting questions. Like
I have
that
a
and
question.
answer them. Yeah.
Who invented the French fry?
The Americans.
Freedom fries.
Yes. Okay, carry on, Flemish.
Yeah, I know it's a bet. We made a bet about the French fry. I'll talk about it next week probably with Lord Sovereign because he's not here this week. He's coming on next week. He said sorry for that, but he will be dead. He promised.
I think it was actually a street seller in France on Pont Neuf, to be fair, but that's that.
It's the Americans.
Yeah.
It's the Americans.
Nope.
Okay, but no, guys, this is the end of the show. God's Geeks, tell me, where can they find you except what I have in the description below?
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm on. I'm not gonna do the OnlyFans joke. I did that yesterday. But yeah, I'm on God's Geeks on YouTube, and I am also obviously on Twitter at God's Geeks YT. That's God's Geeks YT. And yeah, that's about it. I'm on Instagram too, with the same thing, God's Geeks YT. But I don't have like maybe 100 people on my Instagram because those are like my VIP club over there. I guess they get special stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's about it, man. And I appreciate you having me on.
So we find your OnlyFans page.
Yeah, maybe we'll do part 2 someday. If you want to be on the show again. So clowns, because you just stepped in at the end of the show. Tell me where they can find you.
Well, you can find me almost everywhere on the internet these days. I come up high on Google's SEO for some reason. But Italian Clowns on almost all social media. 4 Guys Recorders on Tuesday. 4GQ TV with Flamish when he's available and his back isn't hurting. It really has, unfortunately changed the times of the show. But we do have an interview coming up, Flamish, December 4th with Jim Hydril from Electronic Arts. And then after that, we have David Housden, I believe, who was a composer for movies and film. And then after that, we have Jimmy Palmiotti, who's a writer for Hollywood, film, theater, and all that stuff. So you can find us there. And then on the Flamish Experience, when I get invited on, which is rare these days, Flamish is like, no clowns, I need other guests. Other people, clowns.
Yeah, I am with you every day almost. Why should I have you on my show?
See what I mean?
Nah, you're good.
And then community game night, also with Flamish and Tushy and everybody else that comes in with Animated Evil and Assassin Lupa. It's really an amazing time. And God's Geek, I know this is the first time I actually got to meet you on a podcast. Sorry that we couldn't talk more, but it was really cool listening to you on the way home and all that. So I hope we get to talk more. And, you're always welcome on podcasts with Flamish and I as well. So the door is always open to you, man.
All right. Yeah, just let me know, man. We can play some Call of Duty sometime, too.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me join.
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump in with you guys if I see you up there. I think I've added you, haven't I, clowns? I can't remember.
You might have. I have to check. I usually add back if people add me. So I'll have to check for sure.
Well,
Yeah, I'll check the Mads Gaming podcast to see if I can just make sure, see if your gamer tag's in there or not. But
mine is in there for sure. I know. Yeah, and then of course our star of the show, my first main panel member, who's gonna be here every single week. Animated.
That's fine, yeah, you steal my
Evil.
thunder. Go on. That's what I was going to say. Animated Evil, yes. It's what you can find me here every single week, as the man has just said. Hopefully, as long as it keeps going.
Oh, this will be going for a long while. So
as long as I'm still invited, I will turn up, sir. First and foremost, I would say, God's Geeks, thank you very much, sir. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, Italian Clowns, for coming on when you could.
Okay. And where can
you can find me at animated_evil on Twitter. Or, if you want to add me on Xbox, animatedevil857. Just to note to people, I will be on Retro Renegades on Tuesday, and I will also be on the Stubbs podcast on Wednesday.
Yes. I will be looking forward to that, actually. I will probably listen to that while I'm on the bus. So, okay. Yeah, and for me, guys, here this channel, the channel of Clowns, Four Guys Two Quarters, sometimes on his podcast, but also not regularly. So we're doing it both ways, Clowns. Thank you for that. Just a little jab in the back, the guys you love the most, you have to jab them in the back a little bit sometimes. So you still make fun of each other. And then...
Wait a minute. Flamish, does that mean that I can actually, like, if I see you, I can jab you with an object in your back?
No, not literally, of course. Just for
Damn!
I think it will be highly unusual for you coming to Belgium. Just saying. I'll probably know when you're coming to Belgium anyway. Like, you would tell me up front for sure. Like, we talk every day. So, and then, yeah, on Xbox, guys, I'm always looking for more people to play with. So if you want to play with me, I'm going to put it in the chat now. So Flamish Boyka. That's my name. Add me on Xbox, play with some goddamn games with me. I play everything except for turn-based scheisse. So if you want to play with me, just play with me. Just saying.
And Tetris Effect.
Yeah, Tetris Effect. Phil, I still need to play with you. Joke. So no, guys. This is the end of the show. I want to thank you all for coming. The panel as well and the guests. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you all next week with Lord Sovereign and maybe another guest. We'll see about that, but I'm not sure yet. So I'll see you all next week. And like I say at the end of the show, always be positive and stay happy. Bye, guys.